Hey guys, Technometry here with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how to activate and set up your iPhone SE first generation, the 2016 edition version of it in 2021 running on iOS 14. So this method has changed since the phone came out and we wanted to do an updated video for you guys. And before we go ahead and get started, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news, reviews, and giveaways, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys are in the market to upgrade to one of the newer phones or looking for discounted iPhones, make sure you guys check out the link in the description section. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing, of course, if you got the phone, is you want to go ahead and make sure it's charged up by plugging it into a charger. And if it's charged up, you're going to go ahead, power it on. The power button is on the top here on the iPhone SE. You're going to press and hold and keep on holding till you see the Apple logo. Once you see the Apple logo, you are turning on the iPhone here, and give it about 10 to 15 seconds till you gets to the home screen, and then we can go ahead and get started. A good thing you might want to do even before you set up or during this part is go ahead and insert the SIM card from your old phone, or if you got a new SIM card, make sure you can insert that in. And to do that, you're going to take this SIM ejector tool that comes with the phone, and if you don't have this special tool, you can also take a paper clip and bend it like this, or if an old earring or anything that's a pin that you have laying around the house, you're going to simply want to be able to fit it in that hole so you can firmly press in and then pop that SIM card tray in. Once you pop the SIM card in, you'll see that there's a cut corner here. You're going to take your SIM card. It's going to be a nano size SIM card that you're going to need. If you have a micro or a bigger SIM card, contact your carrier for a smaller SIM card. Once you have the SIM card, you're going to go ahead and line it up here with the cut corners. Make sure it sits flush, and then we're going to reinsert it back in. What the SIM card does is it doesn't have any data or anything like that. It's specifically for phone services. Of course, you can also use the phone without phone services, so you don't even need a SIM card. You can use it on Wi-Fi. But if you're going outside, if you're looking for data, of course, you need some sort of phone plan that has data. Simply what the SIM card is doing is it has your number attached to it. So if you switch it from an old phone to this newer phone, it will start working. And if your phone here is not unlocked or it's not specifically for that carrier, it's not going to work. So make sure your phone either is unlocked from the previous carrier, or you bought an unlocked iPhone SE, or the phone is the same carrier as your SIM card. And once you verify all of that, we are ready to go ahead and get started with the process. So the SIM card activates the phone service, nothing more. To activate and get back all of your data and such, either you're going to connect it now to the iTunes if you have a backup on iTunes, or if you have an iCloud backup, we're going to sign into the iCloud account and back it up from there. And to do that, we're going to first select the language here, and then we're going to select our region. So wherever you are, we're going to select United States, of course, and quick setup. It just tells you some information. We're going to set up manually. We're going to have to click on this. Okay, let's try that one more time. If you're not quick enough, it takes you back to the home screen. And the next thing menu you get is connecting to Wi-Fi. So any iPhone you're looking to activate, unfortunately, you're going to have to connect it to the internet somehow, either through Wi-Fi, iTunes, or your SIM card data. It needs to validate the iPhone is real and there's no account attached to it, or it has any restriction. And simply, you're going to go ahead and select your local Wi-Fi and then connect it by putting in your passcode here for your Wi-Fi that you have. And once you have done that, we're going to look to see if we can connect to the internet. And we get to this step where it says it takes a few minutes to activate, but it takes probably less than 30 seconds to activate it. It sends all the information of the phone to the Apple servers to make sure this phone is not locked with someone else's account or something like that. And as you can see, we are able to get to the next screen, data and privacy notification here. You can learn more about it. We're simply just going to hit continue. The next thing you get up is the Touch ID, is to activate your fingerprint reader onto it. If you can set it up by simply putting your finger on and off multiple times till you see all of this is sort of filled in, and it takes multiple tries, and it's going to tell you to adjust your grip and a lot more, but simply we're not going to do that. You can set this up later in the settings, so we're just going to select that for now. Passcode, it's really important that you put a passcode in here. Of course, by default, you can do the 6-digit code, or you can do 4-digit code. You can do a custom alphanumerical, any other thing, and then you can simply choose not to. Probably the least secure and not recommended. But before our choices here, we're just gonna do not really use a passcode for this is a demo purpose. Next thing is app and data. It's really important for this part is because if you're backing it up from a previous phone and you want all of your picture, videos, contacts, and apps all over transferred here, you're going to want to do that either connected to your PC using iTunes, or if you have your iCloud, you can also do that. Another thing you can do is actually hold the phone side by side with your old phone, and you can do what's known as transfer, sort of peer-to-peer transfer. When they're side by side, this phone will recognize that you have another iPhone, and you can do it through that. Or you can also, if you're moving from Android to iPhones, you can have this method that's known as Move from Android. It's an app that lets you do the move. So if you're on an Android device, download this Move to iOS app that you can find on Google Store or Android Store, and then download it and follow the instruction there. Or simply, if you're just looking to start fresh, not move any of your pictures, videos, any contacts or data at all here, you're simply going to select don't transfer any of that. Next thing you get is Apple ID. So Apple ID is crucial whenever you're setting up any iOS device. It allows you to be able to download applications, be able to use it for iMessage, FaceTime, your iCloud, wallet, and much more. All of that are attached to the Apple ID. You can simply go ahead and create a new one if you never had Apple ID, or you can sign into your existing one, or if you even forgot the password, you can follow the step to reset your password. For our purposes here, we're just not going to set it up. You can come back later in the setting, re-enter it again if you don't want to set it up right now. But it's important that you do set it up, because the phone without Apple ID, it's pretty much sort of useless. You can only do phone calls and text and probably browse the internet. You can't download anything like that. And simply, it's free to create, and you can follow the step if you don't have one. But we're just going to select here that we don't want to set up right now, just for our purposes. And the next thing you'll get is legal stuff, your terms and conditions. You can read through all of that, have it send an email to you or things like that. We're just going to go ahead and agree, or else we can't set it up. Next thing we get is custom settings. So these are by default what Apple thinks these express settings should be. You can simply customize it if you want it, or you can just hit continue. You can always adjust those settings later, but we're just going to go with the default here. And then keeping your iPhone up to date on iOS 14 and above. By default, the iPhone, it's set so that it can update the phone when a new iOS release is coming up. Not a bad option. We're just going to hit continue here. FaceTime and iMessages. So this is pretty much Apple's way of interacting with other Apple users out there. Is iMessage and FaceTime makes things a lot more easier, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons why you have such a big Apple fan base, because of their services that they provide. We're just gonna hit continue here. Siri, of course, you want to set up Siri, the voice recognition assistant on the iPhone. Simply to set it up, you're going to be asked to say 5 different phrases. We're not going to set it up right now because you can come back and set that up later as well. And then improving Siri. And then screen time, it's a weekly report of how much time you're spending on the phone. You can set limitation, also parental controls as well if you like. We're simply just going to not set up to you. You can do that. App analytics, so if there's any issues with the phone, if it's crashing or you're getting issues, Apple likes to send that data over to its app developers so they can improve the experience of the Apple user. You can simply share that information with the app developer, or simply not choose to. I usually don't, because I don't want the phone to constantly send data over. Nothing personal, but nonetheless don't want the phone to do any of that. And then, like with any smartphones, you have the ability to choose light versus dark mode. You can also come back in the settings and set it till the dark mode activates when it's sunset, and the light mode activates when it's sunrise. That's another option. And simply after you have done that, you're going to get this welcome to iPhone message, and you're ready to go. You'll notice your service is activated. You can start making a call here simply to make sure the call is working. Make a text here. Make sure your internet works here by simply opening up your browser. Go ahead and start browsing here, and you should be all set to go. And if you need to download apps, you're going to simply go to App Store here and start downloading the apps if you didn't back it up. And other things that we mentioned or can be all found in the settings here by signing into your iCloud. Things like Touch ID, you can set it up, and passcode, and much more on depth. But that's how you go about setting up the iPhone SE into the main screen, activating phone service. Hopefully this video is helpful for anyone looking to set up and activate their iPhone SE on the latest iOS version. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.